In the History Channel's immensely popular series Pawn Stars, the value of the treasures and finds that are presented to the shop owners has increased as the show has improved the shop's status. As more collectors discover about Rick, Richard, Chumlee, and Corey's transactions, the show's assertion that you never know what'll walk through that door has become more accurate. Over the span of more than 500 episodes, co-owner Rick Harrison of the world-famous gold and silver pawn shop has made some jaw-dropping purchases. Rick exploited the store's tremendous resources and influence, as well as a seemingly infinite supply of appraisers and need to acquire historical artifacts in exchange for large amounts of cash. Harrison has a trained eye for opportunities to make money, even if doing so requires him to risk enormous sums of money. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at the most expensive buys on Pawn Stars. Yeah, you heard it right. Ones that got away. Even with their vast resources, the crew at the world-famous gold and silver pawn shop must periodically let a valuable item escape, so that you don't get the impression that Rick and Chumlee always get what they want. We'll be highlighting a few of these missed opportunities as we go along. The most egregious of these instances occurred in a later season when Rick began to venture outside the shop in a quest of collectibles. Rick came to find a holy grail when he met Brian, a collector, due to the nature of the historical objects that the shop usually sells. $250,000 for Maurice Sendak sketches. Now, we'll discuss the actual transactions that transpired. In the same season as the George Washington artifact, Rick discovered something that he had to have. A collector gave him the initial sketches that became the children's classic Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. Rick was visibly impressed by the sketches when he first viewed them. $111,000 for 3,000 ounces of silver. The second largest purchase in the history of Pawn Stars was much simpler for their shop to verify. When a customer wheeled a dolly containing 3,000 ounces of silver in bars and coins into the business, the Harrisons knew they had a deal on their hands. Rick dug into the middle of the silver bars to ensure that they were manufactured entirely of the precious metal due to the large quantity of money being exchanged and the simplicity with which a con artist could forge a silver bar with different metal at its heart. $95,000 for a 1932 Lincoln Roadster. In the midst of the Great Depression, the Harrisons had to spend a fortune to commission a luxury Lincoln Roadster. A mint and cream colored roadster with a big V12 engine concealed beneath its enormous wood were too good to leave in the shop. The 1932 Roadster was an attempt by Ford, the parent company of Lincoln, to entice drivers away from Cadillac. In 1932, the asking price was $4,000, or almost $70,000 in today's currency. Rick and the old man went above and beyond the agreed upon amount to ensure that they would walk away with the car. Cars that rolled away. That is not to mean that you can impress the Pawn Stars with any old vehicle. In their 15 years on the air, they have had to let several sellers go when their price was too high for their blood. Frequently, these impasses occurred when a car was famous rather than merely old. The Harrisons were faced with a difficult choice when the most renowned automobile in American history dropped into their hands. Millions of Americans have seen O.J. Simpson's white Ford Bronco, as the former NFL star led Los Angeles police on the world's most famous low-speed chase prior to his acquittal on murder charges. $90,000 for the 1961 Gibson SG Les Paul guitar owned by Mary Ford. Les Paul trademark guitars by Gibson can be quite expensive on their own. When the guitars are related to the great songwriter whose name is on the instrument, however, their value significantly increases. This explains why the Harrisons were willing to pay $90,000 for a 1961 Les Paul guitar owned by Paul's wife Mary. $85,000 for the 1941 Gibson SJ200 guitar. Once, another Gibson entered the shop with a far more well-known celebrity attached. This 1941 model was owned by Stephen Stills of Crosby, Stills & Nash, and occasionally by Neil Young. The instrument was visually stunning, immaculately kept, and has the enchanting tone of mid-century Gibsons, but a bill of sale signed by Stills himself elevated the value of the guitar. The musical history that walked. Not even being a significant piece of musical history is sufficient to convince the Pawn Stars men to pull the trigger. The business is the focus of a popular reality television show, yet it is still a business, and enterprises must generate profits in order to thrive. $80,000 for a 1922 high relief dollar. Not only automobiles and guitars attract high prices. Occasionally, the store will pay in genuine currency. Such was the case with this rare 1922 dollar coin that the retailer purchased for $80,000. It is one of the rarest American coins ever created, and its owner won it in a poker game according to collectors. Although he knew that he was holding a valuable coin, he had no idea how much it was worth. Coin of the realm. Rick has permitted rare coins to be stepped on during the series' 500 plus episodes. Even after it was authenticated, one coin that appeared virtually certain to be a forgery was returned to its original owner. Rick's experts certified that it was a genuine coin from over 2,000 years ago. Rick was persuaded to purchase the coin at the asking price of $140,000. Rick was unwilling to part with so much cash, even for a definite thing, so he let the vendor go. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so that you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video.